And on the visiting side, starting pitching is always the big key in a game like this to kick off a series.
Yeah, you need a strong performance on the mound. That's the #1 way to cancel out the home field edge we just mentioned.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about set to go, and towing the slab, Mackenzie Gore.
A really good outing for him last time. Scattered 2 runs, was attacking hitters, getting ahead in the count. Great performance. We'll see if he can do it again in this one.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Jordan Lawler.
The shortstop, Jordan Lawler.
The pitch. Fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Carroll going back. And caught on the warning track. Not quite enough behind that one. And time now for the Phillies lineup. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out. A lot of lift and separate, Chris.
Well, we know guys are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you know, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing that can get out of the ballpark with a guy who's got decent pop.
1 out, bases empty. Next offering is in for a strike. He swings and fouls one off. The pitch. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. And another ball. This one high in the air to left center. Jones sizing this one up, and there's 2 away.
The right field,
2 outs, bases empty. Here's the veteran outfielder, Ronald Acuna Jr. That's a strike.
Felt impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, and you can play around a little bit more as the bat expands.
Kicks and deals. Right through there for a strike.
I understand you want to try to gauge that guy's fastball, but you also have to be aggressive and ready to hit in your zone. Now you're in a tough spot.
The pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Phillies go down quietly in the inning. And now the Diamondbacks will get their first turn at bat. No score. This is the National League Championship Series on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. Today's starting pitcher, Sandy Alcantara.
Boogie brings a ton of confidence with him to the mound. He's looking for good at-bats and a few runs from his teammates, and he's hoping to take care of the rest to make sure they come away with a win. If he's on in this one, it's going to be a real uphill battle for everyone else.
This is Corbin Carroll. Why to kick the pitch. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Alcantara, a former All-Star. He features a sinker, a changeup, a four-seamer, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. And that one a little bit high. Swing and a ground ball out to short, and it finds its way through for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Now it's going to be Stephen Kwan. And that one clips the corner.
0-1's the count.
Ground ball to the right side. And that's just foul. And the right-hander deals.
That's a ball.
And now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Wouldn't chase that time. Swings and misses. Had him out front for strike 3.
It's a good breaking ball there, just off the corner where you can't really do much damage, but it's close enough to where you've got to protect, and he just couldn't find a way to fight it off.
Stepping in, Geraldo Perdomo.
Ball 1, no
And
strike.
a pitch out, but nothing going on. Alcantara over to first, and he's back safely. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Ball misses. And safe. It's a stolen base. Singy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
Man at second. And that's through there for a strike.
The crowd here's been fired up even before the first pitch for this series, and they'll go crazy right here if they can take an early first-inning lead.
Ground ball up the middle. Throws to first in time. Time to take a look at the Diamondbacks lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team, and I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Josh Young now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Dives and he can't hang on. The throw is still in time, and they come away with an out after a tricky start to the play. So nothing in the Arizona first. Second inning from the Valley of the Sun coming up on the show. No score. Back here in the desert, new inning getting started. Bryce Harper to the plate. Fair to say he wasn't his typical self in the division series. Chris, I talked to the staff, and they are confident that he's going to deliver big here in the LCS.
Yeah, you see these guys around him, and they know he's a stud, and they know it's just a matter of one swing that he breaks out.
The 0-1. Gotta love the intensity of postseason baseball. Players on both sides at such a high level of emotion. Everything is amplified. And a pitch. Foul ball there.
Talk about that intensity, Boo. It comes out of everybody. Think about celebrations by players like Carlos Correa, Jose Bautista, Kirk Gibson. Just iconic moments.
That's down and in. a strikeout. Chris, as we look back at the pitch sequence, he hadn't seen that curveball at all. How tough is it to adjust to something like that with a bunch of break when you haven't had a look at it yet?
Yeah, I mean, you're dialed up for something firm. You never want to take a called third strike as a fastball, so you're going to be a little anxious before you recognize the pitch. And right there, clearly didn't see what was coming.
And now for the Phillies, Jackson Chourio. Right through there for a strike. Chourio goes 6'1", 25 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. And that is cut on and missed. 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And that one is inside ball 1. Second inning here, no score. Next offering down in the dirt. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Off to a strong start, Singy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Well, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
Termarr Johnson in now, takes ball 1 off the plate. Two outs. Into center. Jones gets under it. And that is that. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the second. Now it's Jansen in.
The catcher, Kenny.
Alcantara back to work. Just missed. That's in there. And it's 1-1. Righty delivers. Good eye in that spot. The wind of the pitch. Bounce that off to the left, and we'll do it again. And that skips into there. Got him looking for the K.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Nick Madrigal in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. He swings and hits a fly ball center field. Sizes this one up. Makes the catch. And there's 2 away.
The first baseman.
And now Ivan Melendez. And that's in for a strike.
I mean, that's perfect location right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
Here comes a pitch. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. A gigantic blast. Just like that, they move in front. It's 1-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. So many times a sinker inside is a foul ball off the ankle for the batter. But that time he did a really nice job of staying inside the pitch and getting through it.
2 outs, nobody on. And stepping in is the speedy Jake McCarthy. That's in for a strike. Two down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in game 1. And he lays down a bunt. Right-hander kicks, deals. Chases the changeup in the dirt. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. D-backs get 1 on the solo jack. It's now a 1-0 ball game. You're watching the National League Championship Series on the show. Top half of the 3rd inning. Now the 3rd baseman, Aiden Miller. As the lefty gets to work. In there at the knees. 0-1. Fouled off down the right side. And downstairs. That one lifted to left. Quan settles underneath it. Makes the catch for the out.
Batting it, the catcher,
Harry Ford stands in for the Phillies. That one out to right. Carroll moving under it. Calls it in, 2 away.
batting up, the left fielder, number 5.
So digging in now for Philadelphia, Alec Thomas. That clips the zone. Strike 1. The Diamondbacks leading by a run here in game 1 of the NLCS. The next offering misses, and now it's even 1-1. Two down, nobody on the inside corner for a strike.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Next pitch is outside.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
3-2 now. And there's ball 4.
That's ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Pulls that one foul. pitch. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. Phillies strand one, and it remains 1-0. Back here at Chase Field, set for the bottom of the third, and now the center fielder, Drew Jones. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
Swings through that one for strike one.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Wind of the pitch. Started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and Freddie Ferguson says he went around. So the lineup flips over. Corbin Carroll stands in now for the Diamondbacks. 1-for-1. He led off the bottom of the first with a single. That misses the zone, and that's ball one.
Count 1-0.
In the air, right field. Acuna after it. Corrals it. That's out number 2.
Now back, left fielder, Stephen.
Now at the plate, Stephen Kwan. Went down on strikes his first time through. In there at the knees. 2 out, space is empty. Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike 2.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Ball one there. Two outs. And that's down and away.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Left-hand hitter waits. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Outside, and that is ball 4. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at-bat.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the wall. Very gritty.
Runner at first with 2 away. And now Geraldo Perdomo. Alcantara over to first. But it's wide of the bag and gets away. The tag, and they get him. So a sloppy play there, but it ends the inning. So they make short work of him there. On to the 4th now in game number 1. It's the Diamondbacks 1 and the Phillies 0. Game 1 of the National League Championship Series. And now the first baseman, Bryce Eldridge. And a pitch. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 1.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Up and in, 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Bouncer to Young. Slings to first. That's the first out in the top of the 4th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. His first at bat was a strikeout. And that gets the inside corner for a strike. One down, Phillies down a run.
Nope.
Misses outside, and the count even 1-1. And another ball. The Phils yet to pick up a hit here. There's a strike. And it goes just foul. One down, base is empty. And that's a base hit.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Runner on at first with one gone. Here's Bryce Harper. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Throw to first. Acuna dives back in. And a curve is down and in.
Ball 1, no strike.
So they turn things over to the righty, Griffin Cannon.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
And here it comes. Acuna runs, pitching for a strike, and that's a stolen base, not even close. Man at second, and another ball. That one misses, and the count is 3-1.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
And a pitch. And a swing and a miss.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
Outside, and that is ball 4.
Walks out of the bullpen can absolutely kill your momentum very quickly. They're in some hot water trying to protect this lead.
One down, and digging in for Philadelphia, Jackson Chourio. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And fires in a fastball at 95.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you've got to get ahead in the count that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
Late on that fastball.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
The D-backs up by a run. Top half of inning number 4.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
2 on, 1 out. That one not close. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Next offering misses down and away.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
1 out. Runners at first and second. This one in the air, right field. Carroll moving under it. Snags it for the second out.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity, but a competitor like him, he is looking forward to making up for it in his next at bat.
So first and second with 2 outs. Termarr Johnson now at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. Young drifts towards it. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. Phillies leave a couple. They're down 1-0. And we're back. Now, Geraldo Perdomo.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against it.
First pitch misses.
You know, these D-backs do a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way. And I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Here's Josh Young. 0 for 1. He grounded out to first his last time.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Ball strike right there. Bounced up the middle. Lawler tossed to first, and a couple of quick outs.
The catcher, number 9, Danny Jansen.
2 outs, base is empty. Danny Jansen to hit here.
Kind of a throwback. No batting gloves.
Liner, and that should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
So, man aboard. Here's Nick Madrigal. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. That one finds the corner. Strike 1. Man on second, 2 down. That one misses, and 1-1. Just missed. And that's in for a strike.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
2 outs. Up the middle. Gets him easily, ends the inning. 1 left for the Diamondbacks, but they still lead it 1-0. Back here in the desert, here's the third baseman, Aiden Miller.
The home side probably feels good playing with the lead, but they already dipped into their bullpen, and it's only game 1 of the series, and it's been a long season. You need those arms to stay as fresh as possible.
Activity in the Arizona bullpen. Josh Winkowski up and loosening in the pen. Hernandez getting loose as well. In the air, right field. Carroll moving under it and makes the grab. 1 away.
Now, the catcher,
Here's the speedy catcher, Harry Ford. Flied to right his first time. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. Canning measures 6 feet 2 inches, 180 pounds, and he won a Gold Glove in the shortened 2020 season. Ball to strike. The pitch. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
That one ripped. Way back there. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul. One down, base is empty.
Ball 2.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Right-handed reliever. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Righty to the plate. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Alec Thomas stands in for the Phillies. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. There's a strike. That one way inside. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a base hit. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in. He's in there.
Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock. Now a pretty big at bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
So the Philly batting order turns over. Jordan Lawler stands in for the Phillies. Fastball for a strike. Man at second. And that's in the dirt. Runner at second, 2 down. Two balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 3rd out, and that ends the frame.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
And welcome back to the ballpark. And here's the first baseman, Ivan Melendez. And the right-hander back to work. Just missed. And the righty deals. Out to center. Puts it away for the out. And there's 1 down.
Now the designated hitter,
And next is the Diamondbacks DH, Jake McCarthy. He's 0 for 1. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. This to third. Now 2 out.
Now center fielder.
2 outs, base is empty. Drew Jones stands in now for the Diamondbacks. He's a guy, Chris, whose highlights include some of the best throws from the outfield that you will ever see. Definitely one of the best arms of the sport. In there at the knees, and that is strike one.
Yeah, the infielders and the catcher can never give up on a play, because if this guy thinks he has a chance, he's going to throw it from a warning track if he has to.
Acuna after it. Couldn't get to it before it dropped foul. Two down, nobody on. Not even close there. Now 1-2.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Kicks and fires. Struck him out looking with the off-speed stuff. Nothing doing for Arizona, but they're on top 1-0. Back here at Chase Field, now the number 2 hitter, Bryce Eldridge. The right-hander back to work. There's a strike. And he takes one right on the black. No balls, 2 strikes. Movement in the bullpen. Number 22 up and throwing. And he deals. This one smoked out to left. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Acuna up for the 3rd time and takes ball 1. Base is empty, 1 away. And we're in the top half of the 6th. And a foul ball. And it skips into dirt. This to third. That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
Jose Hernandez gets the call from the pen.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Man at first with 1 gone. Now here is Bryce Harper. Left field. Quan settles underneath it. Drops into the glove.
That's such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
And now here is Jackson Chourio. Step off, throw to first. Acuna dives back in. And a strike in there. Acuna off of first with 2 away. Acuna runs. Pitching for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Yeah, like being aggressive right there with 2 outs. It's kind of a classic steal situation. You get thrown out, no big deal. That guy at the plate leads off the next inning. Now, a single to the outfield can push a run across.
Got him swinging.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
And we're back. Bottom of the 6th. And now the right fielder, Corbin Carroll. The pitch. Big swing and a miss.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. He usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Tosses to first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Now batting, left fielder, Steven.
Now the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. On the ground, right side, Johnson. Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down.
The batter, number 2, shortstop, Phillies.
2 outs, base is empty. Geraldo Perdomo stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Well struck right field. And it hits the face of the wall. And that's a double.
A little more back spin on that instead of the top spin. He's jogging around the bases rather than pulling up at second.
Now up next for Arizona, Josh Young. In there for strike 1.
The strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs to bring the number 4 hole hitter up.
The pitch. That one missed. Runner at second, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. At the belt and fires. Swing and a miss, and that is that. 1 left for Arizona, but they lead it 1-0. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, number 22.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Well, 1-run game, and now for the Phillies, Termarr Johnson. The line to kick the pitch. Outside, and that's ball 1. And another ball. And a good eye there. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
Next offering is in for a strike. Looking to get the tying run on base. Backward slider ties him up, struck him out.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there. And I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in. Kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to where you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
Now the third baseman, Aiden Miller. Fastball for a strike. One down, base is empty. This one popped up. Melendez in position. He makes the catch, and there's two down.
Now catcher, Harry Ford.
Here's the catcher, Harry Ford. And fires in a fastball at 95.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Next one misses. Ball
Ball,
one.
1 strike.
And there's a ball. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. Holding on to a one-run lead here in the late stages of game one. Swings and misses, struck him out. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. They trail here 1-0. Set for the last half of the 7th, and now the catcher comes up to him. Danny Jansen. And a pitch. Just missed. The 1-0. And there's a foul ball. Ball to strike. Foul ball. Misses outside, and it's 2-2. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. The line and the pitch. That one the other way. He'll do it himself, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
The batter, number 3, second baseman,
Nick Madrigal stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Lifted in the air, out to left. Thomas gets under it. Nabs it. And there are 2 down.
now batting, first baseman,
And now the first baseman, Ivan Melendez. He launched a solo shot back in the 2nd inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
That's in there. Strike one.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Under it is Acuna to make the grab. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. New pitcher coming on, the veteran Alex Lang.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Well, one-run game. Alec Thomas stands in for the Phillies. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. That just misses. 1-0. The Diamondbacks with some movement in the pen. Alex Vesia, the closer of the staff, is getting loose to finish this one off. Burr warming up as well. Left-hand batter waits. And that one fouled off. The 1-1. And another ball. Right through there for a strike. That one is absolutely belted. One hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. And the tying runs at second base with a double. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
So the batting order turns over. Now it's the shortstop, Jordan Lawler. Just missed.
Lots of anxious fans in the ballpark right now. You can feel it.
Next pitch downstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. With the go-ahead run at the plate, and we're in the top of the 8th. Swings and misses. Now 2-1.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Bryce Eldridge waiting for a turn at the plate.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
So the tying run at second, and ball 4, 2 aboard.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way out.
And here's the first baseman, Bryce Eldridge. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
There was a high-velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Next offering misses, and it's a ball and a strike. The possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Nobody out. Line drive, base hit, around third. Here comes the throw.
Well, we're starting over again, all tied up. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. Now a huge at-bat in this game.
The new pitcher in the game, Dauri Moreta.
Now pitching for the Diamondbacks, number 36, Dauri Moreta.
And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. In the air out to center. He's under it. Makes the grab. Runner tags from third. Throw is offline, and he scores. They take the lead. It's 2-1.
There you go. Nice Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
And now the DH, Bryce Harper.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
That one's in there. It's 0-1. Moretta, a righty that throws with power. 32 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Bounce to the right. And that one handled. Awesome play there.
Up next for Philadelphia, the center fielder,
Jackson Chourio stands in for the Phillies. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Outside low, and that is ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Oh, he gloves it.
Make a great catch like that. It's all about timing the jump. His timing was perfect. Excellent grab, and he comes down with it. The inning is over.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Tom Buckner.
now pitching for Philadelphia, number 23, Tom Buckner.
Jake McCarthy getting ready to hit.
This guy, a player that, if he gets on base, has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
Fastball for a strike. Activity in the bullpen. Abner Uribe, the anchor of the staff, is getting ready to close this one out. And fouled off. That misses the zone, and the count 1-2. And it's through for a hit. And the tying run is on with a leadoff single.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. There's nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped, caught out in front, and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
And now Drew Jones, runner on the go. Throw to second, tag, and they got him.
Well, this is a real momentum killer after the leadoff single. Tried to steal second base on the first pitch. Defense was all over it. Nicely done from behind the plate with the catch and throw. And a quick tag before he reaches the base.
One down, base is empty. That catches the corner.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
Gonna count 1-2. Base hit, right field. And now the lineup turns over with one away.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
So back to the top of the Arizona lineup. Now here is Corbin Carroll, third baseman playing on the edge of the grass looking for the sac bunt. And that's in for a strike.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here and look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
There goes the runner. Pitch is low. Throw to second, and great jump.
Well, in the postseason, I'd say we see more teams playing for one run, trying to apply some pressure, and that's exactly the case right here. Speed on the bases, put him in motion, and it worked out. Now time to execute in the batter's box.
With the tying run at second, here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Edge of the zone for a strike, and the count 1-2.
Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
Stephen Kwan stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Bottom of the zone and a called strike. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Right field down the line, and that one slices foul. Here's the 0-2. And that's in the dirt.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count.
You know, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of changeups. Probably won't see another one here.
Pickoff throw. Carroll back on a dive. 1 away. Tie game. Go-ahead run stands at first. Runner goes again. In there for strike 3. Oh, save. That's a stolen base. Geraldo Perdomo, the next to hit, 1 for 3.
Well, both sides equally as strong, so not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
Fastball for a strike. The shortstop takes the ball.
They want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
Here's a 1-1. Line drive, that's a base hit. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He will score, and the Diamondbacks take the lead. 3-2.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Here's the new pitcher for the Phillies, Matt Brash.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Now here's the cleanup hitter for Arizona, Josh Young. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. And it's fouled away. It's strike 2.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Perdomo leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Next pitch is outside. Squirts away a little bit. Safe at second. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. And down on strikes he goes. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. A couple of runs in the inning puts them ahead. We're on to the 9th in game 1. It's the Diamondbacks 3 and the Phillies 2. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Alex Vesia.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
The pitch. Johnson, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. Gets him to chase after that one.
No fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move to the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Outside.
That one outside, and it's 2-1. Ground ball left side. On to first, and they get the leadoff man in the 9th.
That's why you hit the lines on the corners late in the ball game like this. Position perfectly.
He's 2 outs away. And the batter now, Aiden Miller. That's a little bit low. One down, base is empty. That one finds the zone, and the count 1-1. Oh, and that liner got him. And they get the out after the ricochet. And now they'll hustle out to check on him. That was quite a shot he took as you see him down on the knee.
Yeah, clearly in some real pain, but he will not want to come out of this game if he doesn't have to. It's looking to me like he's going to try to shake it off and continue.
Last chance for the Phillies. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Harry Ford. Missed with a changeup, and it's 1-0. Two outs. And now it's even up.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at-bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Kicks and deals. They're down to their final strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
This could end it. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Two down, nobody on. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Lifted to left, and that should do it. He's got it. Ball game. And the Diamondbacks playing game 1 here at home.
All these players were able to take the lead in the bottom of the 8th and just cruise to this win, getting those final 3 outs at the top of the 9th. Excellent job of securing your home field and keeping the fans in the ball game all the way to the end. Nice W all the way around.
Not a ton of offense offense to chat about as we look at the final numbers, but this was a good one.
Yeah, it was a low-scoring game, Boog, but sometimes those can be the best, especially this time of year.
A 3-2 final score in this one. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
The final line score for the ball game tonight. First for the victorious Diamondbacks. 3 runs on 8 hits. No errors. They left 4 runners on base. For Philadelphia, 2 runs on 5 hits. No errors. They left 6 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 51 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance, 48,686. The Diamondbacks thank you for joining us here at Chase Field and remind you to please drive home safely.